Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, Brandon here with another great business to discuss on this episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. Today's guest is Chip, and he's selling his Amazon FBA business on the Empire Flippers marketplace. So welcome to the show, Chip, and how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Brandon. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on the call.
Yeah, it's really nice to have you on today and talk to you about this business that you've created. But before we get into the details of the business, let's give a general overview. So it is an Amazon FBA business in the home niche created in October 2016. The average monthly revenue for the business is $92,386 and makes an average of $23,039 per month in net profit. For everyone listening, you can visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing number 54513 to learn more about the business, or you can unlock this listing to start your due diligence if you're interested in purchasing this asset. So now that I've given a general overview of the business, what's included in the sale is the Amazon Seller Central account with 12 SKUs, the domain and all site content and files, an email list with over 1,500 subscribers, 1,200 which are names of repeat customers, a trademark, social media accounts for Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest, supplier contracts and relationships, and it is worth noting that inventory is not normally included in the list price, and further details can be provided to active buyers. So, Chip, can you tell us a little bit about your background in building and running online businesses?
Absolutely. So my background comes from the IT field. I used to work for a large IT company in the United States, traveling around and implementing computer systems. And I decided to go on an entrepreneurial venture. And the Amazon FBA business sounded really good to me. I just wanted a business that is easy to scale and that can be scaled with very little personnel. So it would be just myself. And later on, my wife, Christina, joined me in the business venture. And the initial part was a little bit difficult. I was going to school and I was also working and starting a business. So as most young entrepreneurs struggled a little bit. But once Christina joined me in the business a little while later, we expanded our product line and we had a couple of very, very good products that are also top sellers now. At the moment, she also has some sales experience, so that was very, very helpful. And it kind of grew from there. It just grew beyond from what we were initially kind of hoping for, was just something to supplement some of our income, to maybe make some vacation money and buy a couple of things. And it just kind of grew to somewhere where we could quit our jobs and just focus 100% on it. And that's when it really, really took off. When we were able to quit and we were able to focus on it 100%, it just exploded. And it became the empire that it is today.
Yeah, such an amazing story that you guys were both able to come together and to really scale this business to what it is today. And that's a really awesome story. Now, where would you say that a majority of the revenue is stemming from? I noticed you have 12 different SKUs. Would you say that's spread pretty evenly across the revenue that's coming in for the business?
Yeah, so we definitely have a few products that are top sellers. 2 of them are market leaders and top sellers. And then we have a third and a fourth, which are also selling very, very well. And then the rest of our SKUs are a little bit dragging behind the top sellers, but they're on their way up. So once all of them are going to ramp up, and we would be much better.
That's awesome. Now, why choose the Amazon FBA business model when you guys were first building this business? Was there something that stood out to you as great potential on the platform? And, why not go with, say, just a regular e-commerce business model?
Yeah, we absolutely love the Amazon FBA business model because of the ease of getting into this type of business. With regular e-commerce, if you do drop shipping or if you do any kind of other business model, I feel like you would need more capital in the beginning to advertise your site. You would need more expertise in the beginning to kind of establish your site. Either it would be Shopify or just a personalized site. And with Amazon FBA, they just kind of have everything together and easy to start. They already have the platform. They already have the clientele. They already have everything. We just have to bring a good quality product or multiple products, and they will kind of take care of the rest. And that was a very, very important distinction for me. I wanted to not be 100% involved if I wanted to move somewhere else, or if I wanted to leave the country or travel, or if I was on vacation. I didn't want it to be kind of stuck in a particular location to be able to run the business. So Amazon FBA does give you that freedom to be able to be wherever you are. You just order your inventory with your supplier, send it to Amazon, and they take care of the rest.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to utilize their service as well. It does kind of take a lot of the workload off of your hands. So I agree there. Now, what was it about the home niche in particular that you guys saw as great potential? Were you doing product research and you just saw a lack in the market, or was there something else that stood out to you about these products in particular?
So as we were doing product research, we found a couple of products that were very, very interesting in the home niche, where we saw that they have great potential. And although they did have a couple of issues with the products that were already selling, so there were already a couple of sellers on there of these particular types of products, and they had some bad reviews. Even with those, although they did not have a great listing, they did not have amazing pictures, and the products themselves were slightly flawed, in my opinion, or they could be improved with a couple of changes, they were still selling very, very well. So us seeing that, we said, okay, if we can bring a product that addresses all of these concerns that the customers have, taking a look at the reviews that already existed in this niche, we can fix these issues and people are going to be happy with it. We can definitely increase the listing quality, hire a photographer, get better pictures, get better listing, and have more keywords on the listing. And that's kind of how it came to be. We just saw that the people that were already selling did not do a great job with designing their product and kind of making the product as good as it would be as far as the listing is concerned.
Okay, yeah, that makes total sense. And it's a great opportunity that we were able to gain from improving those products within your own brand. Now, if the business is doing so great at this time, why have you decided that you would like to sell it?
Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you for that. For us, we've kind of grew it to as far as we could, just us a couple. We don't really have virtual assistants. We don't really have employees or anybody else. And we've been struggling as small businesses with a lack of capital. And the next steps for expanding this business, the way I see it, would be to expand into different markets, to expand maybe into Europe, to expand into Asia, possibly Australia, and increase the product lines. But all of these would require a lot of work for us. And we just don't have the band. We would need to hire more people and we would need a lot more capital in order to take the business to the next step. Right now, we also have a couple of other projects that we're trying to focus on. They're not even Amazon related. So we're working on a media company. And this new company requires some capital and it requires more time and effort from us. So we decided to list the Amazon business for sale to kind of get both of those.
Okay, yeah, that's completely understandable. And that's one of the main reasons why a lot of people do decide to make an exit. So yeah, I completely understand you on that side. Now, was there anything that you learned while growing this business that you plan on applying to your current or maybe future projects down the road?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, with this business, we followed the rule of Amazon. We kind of followed their lead with just having stellar customer support. And we've always focused on exactly what the platform that we're going with focuses on as well. So Amazon is amazing for customer support. They're amazing for providing customers great products, low prices. So that was kind of my big takeaway with this particular business. So if we would to start another Amazon FBA business in the future, we would focus on kind of the same things, taking a look at what the core principles of the platforms are and kind of moving them forward and moving in that direction.
Yeah, that's a great experience to have, firsthand and kind of get behind the scenes and kind of what makes the engine drive, I guess, at that point. Was there anything that you tried with this business and it just didn't give you the ROI that you were expecting?
Not necessarily with our business. I feel like the biggest struggle that we had was with just ordering enough products to stay in stock. I know that sounds a little bit strange. Anybody listening, like, wow, that's a horrible excuse. You cannot stay in stock, but it is true. The products that we brought in, I think we also took in a few too many products at the same time to launch. So we didn't have enough capital to kind of order inventory for all of them. And also we've seen some shipping delays, and that's kind of what it's been our main issue. And I feel like somebody that has a better team and has more money would be very easy to fix, both the shipping, being on top of the shipping and making sure that everything arrives on time, and also ordering more product with more capital.
Yeah, that's a great roadmap as well, is just to kind of have that set out for a potential buyer where the business could ultimately succeed as long as you can optimize your inventory management, I guess, at that point. Now, where would you say that a majority of your traffic is coming from? Is most of it coming through the organic search algorithm on Amazon, or are you also running a lot of PPC ads to get traffic into your listing pages?
Yeah, most of our traffic is organic. Actually, close to 90% of the traffic is organic. So I would say we're very conservative on the PPC end. We are in a niche where we are very happy that the competition is not very, very strict like some other very cutthroat and very, I would say, busy niches. So ours is, we are good with the PPC. I think we are good at PPC, but we are not experts. So probably a good PPC team would do much better, and they could probably increase the budgets a little bit and would get more sales and rank for more keywords.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for a buyer. And I'm sure all of our buyers out there that are listening to this, if they have that PPC knowledge or that skill set, could ultimately come in and scale the business further. So that's a really great opportunity there. Now, I know you touched base on this a little bit earlier as far as expanding into other marketplaces, but hypothetically speaking, if you were to keep this business, what are some of the other ways that you would try and grow it?
So we are currently using the North American fulfillment system right now, where you just have the stock in the United States, but we are also selling in Canada and Mexico. But we don't really send stock to Canada and Mexico, which is great for expanding to the market with not a lot of requirements from us. But because the customers do have to pay for extra shipping and importing, it makes our products a little bit uncompetitive in those markets. So I think expanding with inventory into Canada and Mexico would be very easy to do, being part of the whole North American account. And I think in Europe as well, we took a look at some trends and we took a look at some search terms in Google Trends and other search areas. And we saw that a lot of the European markets, they do have very good search volume, both on Amazon and on Google for these particular types of products. So expanding to Europe and optimizing the expansion to North America would be very, very good.
Yeah, that's a great roadmap that you have for our potential buyers. And I'm sure that they can also see the opportunity in that roadmap you've given them to scale the business. So that's really great to hear that. Now, can you walk us through maybe some of the typical operations or the weekly tasks that you're performing on the business at this time?
Absolutely. We actually try to automate our business as much as we could. At the moment, all the products are launched or the products are optimized and all the listings are built. The Amazon PPC campaigns, the ones that we currently have, require very little maintenance. So Christina is the one that kind of takes care of that. She only spends about an hour a week on all of those. And for myself, I try to spend an hour a day or sometimes less. Basically, all I have to do is just take a look at the inventory levels. We use a great inventory tool that takes a look at sales and kind of makes a projection and tells me basically, okay, you have to order this product because you're running out of stock in our 3PL, the one in the United States, or you should take product from the 3PL in the US and send it to Amazon. So that's kind of how we we try to do everything as automated as possible. We also have a software that reviews for us. So that's also automated, and it's just a review request, the one built into Amazon. We don't have any email chains or anything fancy, and that's been working very well for us.
Yeah, that's great that you're kind of utilizing those tools already that are built in with Amazon. So you said that, you're not doing anything with the email list. Does that mean you're not sending out any promotional content or maybe even just outreach for new products through the email list, or are you not really utilizing that at this time?
No, what I was referring to, the emails that we would use to send traditionally through Amazon. So not the email list that we have. We do email our existing customers. The email list that we built, that we actually have, the real emails, were built from our website just by people downloading our free ebook or by signing up on our website for the content. And we are using that for sure. But before, it used to be allowed in Amazon in the US to actually send an email to the customer after they buy the product to kind of ask them for a review. Like, if you enjoy the product, can you please send us a review? But that system kind of changed. Amazon does not appreciate us emailing the customers anymore. So that's why we're using the built-in functionality. And it's very easy to use. It's just a button on the order page. You push the button and Amazon sends an automatic notification to them. But we don't even have to push that button. We actually have a software that does it for us. So after 5 days after the product was delivered, the software through an API goes in and just uses the Amazon system and asks the customer, hey, would you like to leave a review for this product? And it actually works very, very well. We had very good success with this system.
Okay. And then you mentioned earlier, so with the email list, so does that mean you're not sending any type of promotional content to your existing email list at this time? Or do you have any campaigns set up for that? I heard you say that you have an ebook that people download to gain their contacts. So I'm just curious if you have a workflow for that email list at all.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are sending them from time to time. We don't like to be very, very spammy because that will cause people to unsubscribe. So we are sending them different items from time to time, and we try to get a combination of actually maybe sending them an article or something that is very helpful. We do have a blog on our website as well. So when we write a very interesting article, we would notify them, hey, we wrote this article that you may be interested in. And then we also send them a couple of promotions from time to time. We give them a small discount on the products. And also we keep them up to date with new product launches, or if we have any kind of promotions running at the moment, both public to Amazon, and we also have a couple exclusive only for the people on the email list.
Okay. And then other forms of marketing, are you utilizing the social media accounts at all, or is that more just on a standby as needed basis?
Yeah, we are utilizing Facebook. We used to run Facebook ads a little bit just to kind of experience with it, see how it's going. We haven't had amazing success with it. We do post on Facebook, we do post on Instagram, but I think the most successful one for the home niche was Pinterest. So Pinterest, I think it's amazing. It's one of the social medias that we have managed to get a lot of traction, even without having a lot of followers and without doing as much effort as we would with Facebook and Instagram. So for some particular niches, Pinterest, I think it's a much better social media, and for us has been as well. With, like I said, without having any followers, we post something on Facebook with nobody following us, or on Instagram, then you would probably get 1 or 2 views. But on Pinterest, you actually get hundreds, sometimes thousands of views on your pins, especially if you mix some kind of informational pins, like some content or a blog post, and then also some product pins. And Pinterest is very good with kind of pulling the contact from the product, and people see it, they see the pictures, they like it, they click on it, and you can send them straight to your product page, or you can send them to your website or to whatever location you would like. So every pin on Pinterest has traffic diverted either to our website or to Amazon.
Yeah, that's really great to hear that you kind of already have that system in place. And yeah, Pinterest is an amazing platform, especially when it comes to these lines of products, I guess you could say, within the home niche. Now, do you think that there's any specific skill set that a buyer should have prior to acquiring this business? Or do you feel that most of the workload and the operations of the business can be learned during the transition period?
Yeah, absolutely. I think now that everything is well established, with the products are well established, the pictures, everything is set up, there is not a lot to know. You don't need very specific skill set. Everything can be learned, and we're more than happy to spend as much time as needed with the buyers to kind of show them everything around how we run our business, and to make the transition as smooth as possible, introduce them to our suppliers, introduce them to how we discuss with our customers, what we have on our website, to our email subscribers, and how we run day-to-day operations. But right now, the way the business is established, it does not require any kind of specific skill sets. If the buyers do have better skills at us at probably running maybe Facebook ads or talking to Instagram influencers and other items like that, I think that would be a great skill set to have to grow the business further. So that would be a potential growth strategy right there if they are much better at us. But even with what we currently have, and we're not running Facebook ads, we're not working with influencers or anything, but we already have the traffic. It's running very well, even without any of that.
Yeah, it's all really great avenues that a potential buyer can explore further. So it's really great to hear, all of these opportunities that are available to them. Now, on the flip side of that, Chip, so what do you feel are maybe some of the potential risks associated with this business that a buyer should be aware of?
So with all Amazon business, obviously there are risks with more competition arriving. There are risks with people coming onto the listing and basically trying to maybe sell on top of us or undercut us. But a lot of those risks are mitigated by having our very strong brand. We have brand registry, so anybody that will try to undercut us, they would not be able to because we are trademarked. Nobody can go over, but they could bring their own brand and try to sell products very similar to ours. A few have tried, even trying to undercut, and they brought products that are almost identical. They even took the product photography to make it as similar as possible. But they haven't lasted too long. I think they underestimated selling products at very, very low margins. They thought they would get more traction than they did. They kind of came in, they sold a few products, probably lost money and kind of went away. So obviously that would be a risk to consider. But like I said, for us, even with a couple of people coming in, they haven't had any impact. With shipping in the world, it's also it's something that they have to take in consideration. Shipping prices have been increasing in the past couple of months for sure, but that's affecting the entire globe. It's not something that is specifically related to Amazon, and it's not something that's specifically related to our brand. It's just what's been happening, but it is something that's going on right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty common across the board with Amazon. You're also ultimately at their discretion and making sure that you follow their terms of service as well, too. So, yeah, I completely agree with you on all of those points. Now, are you willing to commit to a non-compete, meaning once the deal is over, you'll stay out of this specific niche?
Yes, absolutely. So our plans moving forward are actually for two businesses that we're growing. And like I mentioned, they're media companies and they're not even in Amazon or e-commerce. So yes, we are willing to sign a non-compete.
Okay, great. And then how much support are you willing to offer potential buyers? Are you going with the typical 30 days of email and call support, or did you have something in addition that you would like to add on to that?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, definitely the first month or even further if needed, it would be great. We would be more than happy to offer any support or answer any questions that they have. We're open to live calls. We're open to, jumping on Zoom and sharing our screen and taking a look at what we have, answering emails. And it doesn't necessarily have to be limited to 30 days. If they need help moving forward, we would be more than happy to provide it for a good couple of months. We're here to help. We're not going anywhere. And any kind of support that they need to make the transition as smooth as possible, we're very happy to offer it.
Yeah, that's really great to hear that. And I'm sure our potential buyers as well that are listening to this call can also see the value in that added support that you're wanting to see the business continue on with them and succeed. So it's really great to hear that. Now, are you open to negotiating something like an earnout where you'll receive a large portion of the sales price up front and then smaller payments closing out the deal after that?
So our first preference would definitely be a full cash offer, just because we have so much other stuff going on with our other businesses that would require most of our bandwidth. But if no cash offer would present itself, then yes, we are willing to accept an offer where it would be like a larger percentage upfront and then an earnout in the next 6 months to a year.
Yeah, and I'm sure our potential buyers as well can also see, the value in that at least being open to negotiation, which can always be decided at that time. Now, just a few more sideline questions for you to wrap up this call, Chip. So what advice would you give to our listeners that you wish you knew when you first started this business?
The advice that I would probably take a look at. So if I were to talk to myself kind of a couple of years ago and kind of give myself some good advice, I would say follow what others have done in the past regarding to how they found products, how they launch products and everything, but also try to take your time with product research and with differentiating yourself a little bit from the market, and not necessarily of creating brand new products or kind of inventing products or anything like that. But even a small differentiation, if you have a product that comes in multiple pieces, kind of offering an extra or two extra pieces in that set, or offering a larger size or a smaller size, depending on the type of product that it is, a different color or multiple color variations. So kind of take your time, do a lot of upfront research, and kind of differentiate your product to ensure that it will fit customer expectations and you are not going to get bad reviews or the product is flawed in any way. And also taking a look at the products that are currently on the market. If they have any bad reviews for any particular reason, then those issues definitely must be addressed and bring my product that will solve those problems.
Yeah, really, really solid advice. That's really great. I'm sure our listeners as well will gain some value in that. And, taking that approach, as you had said, just like looking at what the market is doing before you decide ultimately what is best for you, I guess, in the long run. So next question for you is, was there any software tools or resources that really helped you at the start of building this business?
Probably advice on the best software tools to do, which I noticed a lot of beginners make this mistake, and we made it as well, is not knowing your exact numbers. So a great software that we use and we recommend a lot of people how to use it is Sellerboard. And there's a couple of others that are for reporting and analytics and actually seeing your exact numbers. Because a lot of the sellers kind of gauge an estimate and they say, okay, I'm making about X% on this product, and then they don't realize all the little fees and all the little other items that come in from Amazon and from shipping and from all over that kind of dig into your profit margins. And a lot of us kind of think that we make good profit margins, and then when we actually run the real numbers, we realize that is not the case. So I would say these analytics software are relatively cheap, especially for beginners who are a little bit price conscious, but they should definitely take advantage of something like Sellerboard and know their numbers exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Really solid advice. Having the full spectrum and the idea or the picture of what your business and your products are actually generating is really the best tool that you could use with this type of business model. So yeah, really great advice. Now, final question wrapping up this call for you, Chip. So putting yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why do you think that your business is worth buying?
Taking a look at it, if I was the buyer, taking a look at a brand like this is very important. I would take a look at the brand itself, and this is a strong brand. We have all of our products are part of the same line. They're cohesive products, and they do go very well together with one another. And they are products that are slightly different. All of them have a little twist on them, and more interesting, I would say. They have a little difference there that would make it as a great gift, that would make it, as something great that people buy for their homes. And yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Some brand that's easy to grow by implementing some good strategies for shipping and with staying in stock. Having more capital would be seeing that the whole product line would benefit tremendously for having a capital infusion, and staying in stock would also increase those profits very, very well. And just the fact that it's a very well thought out, cohesive brand and the products work well with each other is great. Not just like a random selection of products that we just sell on there, all part of the same niche. And when somebody buys one of the products, we have noticed that they do even search for the brand name. So we are seeing in the search term reports, we're seeing people are searching for our brand to see what other products we have, visiting our store, both on our website and on Amazon, and just buying other products because they like it. They know that it's very good quality. And if they buy another product, they know they would love it as well.
Yeah, it's really amazing story to hear that. And yeah, also building that brand trust with your customers as well, too, is a really great opportunity for someone to come in that has a bit of capital that can scale some of the features that you had mentioned and really push this business to its full potential. So that's really great to hear that. And that pretty much wraps up this call, Chip. Was there anything else that you'd like to add that I might have missed?
No, that's pretty much it. Maybe just to add regarding, the previous question that you had, I feel like the revenue that we're generating and the profit numbers that we're generating with just 12 SKUs is also a great advantage for the buyer. If we were generating these profit numbers with like 150 SKUs, then those would be very difficult to maintain. But just as we mentioned throughout the call today, it's easy. It doesn't require a lot of work. Easy to maintain, 12 SKUs, everything is in place, everything is good to go.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure our potential buyers as well that are listening to this call can see the value in this business that you've established for them and the foundation that you've ultimately built for them to push it to its full potential. So yeah, really great to see this type of listing come onto our marketplace, and excited to see what the future holds and seeing this listing getting sold for you here in the near future.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. It was a great call. Thank you for all the questions.
Yep, thank you so much. All right, everyone, thanks for listening. To learn more and to see if this listing has already been sold, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing number 54513. If you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. And once you've unlocked this listing, you'll be given everything you need to know about the business. So until next time, enjoy your digital journey.